How's it going? Yesterday we talked about reasons and excuses. Reasons of why you just genuinely can't do anything right now. And I get that. There's reasons why there's things that are happening in your life that you probably think to yourself, I just can't do it now. Simply because this has taken priority. And we need to look at that. Then we looked at the excuses. Basically reasons that you'll make up in your head that you keep making up and probably have already made up in the past. And it's just a great big excuse. So today I wanted to look at objections. Okay, now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, okay, maybe they're all sort of similar. Well, they are. But I wanted to specifically talk about, well, objections are what people have already made the mind up to think. So it's stored in the subconscious. They're actually saying to themselves, okay, well, my objection is not to go to the gym. Is because I'll be laughed at. There'll be people there that will be fitter than me. There'll be people there that will be slimmer than me. So my objection is that I will be ridiculed. Now that's a point of pain. Everybody wants to be in pleasure. Well, most people do anyway, I think. Certainly the clients that I know. So to get yourself from one place to another is that you'll take on other things. You'll do other things that will get you into that pleasure mode. Now, whatever that is, I'm not going to call it a vice, but you know, if you're genuinely thinking to yourself, the pain of you working from Monday to Friday, and then the pleasure of you eating, drinking, whatever it is that you want over a weekend, then that's great. But is it actually getting you any closer? So your objections may be standing in the way of your own personal growth. The things that you already, your values and your beliefs that are already intrinsic, that built into you, your values and beliefs are something that you've been with you for a long, long time. But it's not to say that they can't change. And they can be changed, but it takes work. And if you want to get more out of your own life, then you've got to be writing them things down. And I get my clients to write down, okay, reasons and excuses, but I also get them to do objections. So what are your objections to actually carrying out what it is that you've come to see me for in the first place? And the majority of it is self-belief. They don't believe in themselves that they can actually do something, simply because they've put all of these barriers in the way. And in the end, they become a roadblock and they're struggling to get round them. And what my coaching does is it helps to see that you can maneuver around these things no matter what. These roadblocks are going to be in your way. But if you keep putting these three things, your objections in front of you, your reasons and your excuses, then how are you ever going to move forwards? How are you ever going to get to that next step of actually achieving what it is that you want to achieve? I get loads of messages from people. Someone got in touch with me yesterday about weight loss, and it was, I do great for a certain amount of time, and then unfortunately something gets in the way, and then I lose motivation, I get distracted, and then it becomes an objection to say, well, I won't do that again, simply because I've done it and it just doesn't work. I just can't carry on. And my reasoning behind that is to say, so is it always been that way? And do you think that it will always be that way? Well, it's always been that way. Okay, so second question, do you think it's always going to be that way? Well, maybe I just need the right guidance. Maybe I just need the right people around me. Maybe I just need a little bit more knowledge. And how are you actually getting that knowledge? Well, I'm not. And that's the key. The key is that if you think that you know everything about whatever it is that you want to achieve, your own personal development will just stop, because you never stop growing. You never stop sort of absorbing that knowledge in. If you've reached that point whereby is that you've put all of those things in front of you, reasons, excuses and objections, then it's time to probably sit back and think to yourself, okay, am I really being true to myself? Am I really being honest to myself? And is this how my life is going to look? Because if you want something different, then you're going to have to put a little bit of work in to get that back. And my strategies and my programs and my support groups, they're there to help you to move forward. Now, another little thing here, and I know I'm probably going on a little bit more with this video, but it seems to be pretty well responded to, is that I'm running a trial at the moment. So that trial is like sort of jump on board, 14 days. It's £1. What are people's objections? Well, I've done this before and it's never worked for me, and I'm involved in a million different groups, and I'm just struggling really to try and see the wood for the trees. And can you see what I'm going to say here? You're doing too much, which is the reason why when I do my 7-day challenges is to say just focus on one thing. Stick with the challenges week in and week out, but just stick to that one thing. And then maybe when you feel confident enough that you've done that right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before you know it, 4 or 5 weeks are gone. 4 or 5 things have changed. So objections can sometimes be, you've just got too much going on. Is that anybody else's fault apart from your own? No, it's yours. You just need to scale things down. You need to look at the most important thing that you need to do. The most important thing that you need to do. Focus on that and give that as much attention as you can to be able to move forward. Guys, it's absolutely beautiful in Liverpool today. I'm going to go home, I'm going to make some videos, and I should imagine I'll catch up with you a little bit later on. Have an awesome day wherever that you are in the world, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.